Welcome everyone. The topic of this video is phylum Aschelminthus of invertebrates of chapter Animalia. The phylum Aschelminthus, commonly known as roundworms, is derived from two Greek words, namely ascus means cavity and helminths means worms. So previously this phylum Aschelminthus was known as Nematoda. The body of these organisms are circular or round in cross section, and hence they are usually called as the roundworms. So few members of this phylum happen to be free living, mostly parasitic mode of life on aquatic terrestrial plants as well as even in animals. Roundworms are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and pseudocoelomate animals with organ system level of organization. Already we know the term bilaterally symmetrical, which means the organism can be easily divisible into two equal halves only on the lateral side. Such a symmetry is known as bilaterally symmetry. And triploblastic mean the organisms possess the three germinal layers, namely ectoderm, mesoderm and the endoderm. So that they are called as triploblastic organisms. And the coelom is nothing but the space between the alimentary canal and the body wall is known as coelom. So here in case of Aschelminthus, there is no true coelom, hence they are represented as pseudocoelom. And also the Aschelminthus possess certain organs, and hence they belong to the organ system level of organization. And the body is unsegmented, so there is no segments even in the case of the Aschelminthus as like Platyhelminthes, and they are covered by a transparent, tough and protective collagenous proteinaceous layer called as the cuticle. So thoroughly the body is covered by an outer layer known as the cuticle. The alimentary canal of the roundworms is happen to be of complete type, whereby it is a long tube. The mouth is seen towards the anterior end and the anus is seen towards the posterior end, so that they have the alimentary canal of a complete type. Excretion in case of the Aschelminthus is done by a special type of glands, what are called as the rennet glands. So this waste materials or the unwanted nitrogenous waste products are collected from the body by the rennet glands, and it is passed through the rennet duct, and finally they are expelled out through a pore, what is called as the rennet pore. So that excretion is done by these rennet glands. Sexes are separate in roundworms, and they exhibit a special character known as sexual dimorphism, which is nothing but the males and females can be easily differentiated, and the males are usually very small when comparing the female, and their posterior end is curved, and females are very long whereas their posterior end is uncurved. So such a character by which the male and female can be easily differentiated is known as sexual dimorphism, and which is seen in case of the roundworms. Fertilization occurs inside the female body and hence known as internal, and the majority of the roundworms happen to be oviparous, which means they lay eggs as in case of Ascaris, and very few are ovoviviparous, which means the development of the embryos takes place inside the female body as in case of Wuchereria bancrofti. Development may be of direct as well as indirect type. Some common examples of roundworms happen to be Ascaris lumbricoides, which is commonly known as the roundworm, and Enterobius vermicularis, which is commonly known as the pinworm, and Wuchereria bancrofti, commonly known as the filarial worm, and Ancylostoma duodenale, which is known as the hookworm. So with this, the phylum Aschelminthus is getting over. Regarding the next phylum, we'll see in the next video. Thank you.